when we got into the home to see what was going on with it, we were dumping out over 170 parts per million of carbon monoxide into the home. At 170 parts per million of carbon monoxide, there's a reason they call it the silent killer. And so at those levels, it's very dangerous, and these people are very fortunate that we were able to get to them in time before something bad happened with long-term exposure to carbon monoxide. They had no clue what was going on. So this bad boy here is an old General Electric. This was built back in the 70s. So honestly, this thing had a fantastic run. And she obviously reached the end of her lifespan here lately. Modern furnaces and everything, they usually say it has a life of about 15 years. That being said, some last longer. Some don't, you know, but that's the average, is about 15 years on a furnace. So if yours is approaching about that 15-year mark, one of those, just start planning and budgeting for a new furnace down the road. And you know, we'd love an opportunity to be able to get that in for you and taken care of. The gentleman in here said he was having frequent headaches, and so that was one of the reasons they called. And then as soon as our technicians, started his carbon monoxide detector, it bumped off right off the rip and was dumping over 170 parts per million in the house. Honestly, the number one thing that I would recommend people do is get their own carbon monoxide detectors, whether it be from Home Depot, Lowe's, anywhere, local retailer. Either way, doesn't matter if you go through us or Home Depot or Lowe's. That's the biggest thing, is to make sure you have a carbon monoxide detector to protect your family and your house, for sure.
Getting our transitions built, basically our box ducting, and just hard piping that back into where the furnace is being installed. So cutting, squaring them up, all that ducting that you see on top of furnaces, all those are handmade by technicians. We're just transitioning from the old furnace to the new furnace, and that's where I'm cutting the sheet metal, gonna put a new box in, get everything nice and hard piped back in.
Just straight drop down, right?
Yeah, it's just straight drop down, so it's going to be
I was measuring that.
Yeah, I'm just going to flex stuff at the bottom, that way just transition nice.
Right onto the flex, huh?
Heck yeah. It's 1721 by 17.
They're using a whole bunch of space heaters to keep the house warm. So we got the old one out, and we're putting the new one in, and we're just going to build some ductwork to transition down to the new furnace, and we'll hook everything up and get them running and get them cooking with peanut oil, baby. All right, we're just buttoning up this install. Isaac and Andre and Trevor are gonna finish it up and get them some heat for the night. And that's closing this chapter, baby, and on to the next one.